General Motors and Honda today announced they are teaming up and they intend to spend nearly $100 million developing a new engine technology, a collaboration that will also mean more new jobs downriver. Business editor Rob Maloney in Brownstown Township following that story tonight. Ron?
Well, Devin, this nondescript building right behind me here is the Chevy Volt battery plant, and they've been making batteries here for about 7 or 8 years, very quietly. Not a lot seems to be happening here, but it's going to get bigger and better because they're going to be adding another line here, hydrogen fuel cells, and 100 jobs. Normally, it is a big deal in the auto industry when they pull the sheet off of a car. This announcement, GM and Honda felt, deserved an unveiling of its own for what looks like an aluminum box, but it's much more than that. It's a fuel cell stack using very thin layers of platinum and hydrogen to power an electric vehicle.
They're not a science project anymore. They're a mainstream alternative energy choice.
Very far behind battery-powered cars, hydrogen fuel cell development has long been a dream because hydrogen is the world's most plentiful element, and the only emissions are water vapor. GM's Mark Royce tells us this technology and others like it are decidedly our future.
I mean, these are long-term decisions around, it's up to us as big manufacturing companies to make those investments in places where we know the end game is zero emissions.
Local 4 auto analyst Guy Gordon says this is nothing short of a gamble, though.
This is a guy at the roulette wheel. He says, I'm going to put it on red, I'm going to put it on even, and then I'll put one here on the number. This is the long-range, long-term bet for an emissions-free solution.
They've been working on hydrogen for a generation, and much like batteries, they're not quite ready for the mass market.
So this makes a lot of sense, except with gasoline below $3 a gallon, who's going to invest in reinventing the infrastructure for all of this?
That's always been the problem with hydrogen. You're going to replace your gasoline station with a hydrogen filling station. Who's going to pay for all of that? That's the real sort of impediment here. But what they're saying here is that they're going to go to work on this. It's a long-term project. They've come a long way from where they have been with hydrogen, and they figure by 2020 they can have engines coming out of here. Whether it's for cars, they're not certain yet, but certainly aerospace and military application, which will give them the learning to move it to the next generation thereafter. Reporting live in Brownstown Township, Rod Maloney, Local 4.